Welcome back to Cape Media News. I'm Lauren Williamson. Production on the Netflix show The Perfect Couple was halted this week when striking members of the Writers Guild of America showed up to picket. Teamsters and IATSE members were working on the project. They showed solidarity by not crossing the picket line, causing the production to halt. News director Mitch Sock has more.
On May 2nd, the Writers Guild of America officially went on strike against the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, and now picketers have made their way to the Cape. The Perfect Couple, a Netflix show being filmed in various locations on Cape Cod this summer, found picketers from the WGA outside their base camp in Harwich on Tuesday morning, as well as picket lines on location.
We are striking against the studios and the AMPTP that represents a lot of the major players in Hollywood. From Universal to Sony to Netflix, all these major studios, because the working conditions have become impossibly difficult. Whether it's through the lack of promise we've received from them that they won't use AI to write scripts, to the erosion of the stability of making a middle-class income at these otherwise jobs that used to be perfectly stable.
The primary issues in the labor dispute revolve around streaming media residuals, artificial intelligence, minimum basic agreements, mandatory staffing, and individual benefits for writing teams.
They've now created something called the mini room, and the mini room essentially wants you to do the exact same job with half the amount of time, half the amount of writers, and for scale. So rather than having 20 weeks to develop 8 episodes, they want to create the mini room where you only have 4 writers instead of 8. You have maybe 10 weeks instead of 20, but you're doing the same job. IATSE and the Teamsters have not been crossing our picket lines. They're respecting our picket lines, and we found that was true in LA, it's true in New York, but when we go outside of these major film and television making hubs, we're finding that the union solidarity is everywhere. It's an incredible message to send to people like David Zaslav, the CEO of Warner Discovery, who in the last 2 years has cut himself a check for $250 million. But they tell me they can't pay the writers. All we want to do is get a call from the AMPTP to get us back to the table. They haven't even counter-offered anything. We're just waiting for them to call. So, my life isn't being a picketer. My life is being a writer. So our lives have revolved around trying to bring audiences content that makes them happy, that makes them laugh, that puts them on the edge of their seat. All we care about is bringing good content to our audiences. So it's been brutal knowing that the studios won't so much as give us a counter, so we can't go back to work to do the thing we love, to bring people the shows they love. That's all we want to do at this point. That's why we're here.
The WGA estimates its proposals would yield writers about $429 million a year, while the AMPTP's offer would yield just $86 million.
It's not about ethics anymore, it's about their bottom line. So the more we hurt their bottom line, the closer we'll be to hopefully getting a phone call back from them and getting back to the table.
For Cape Media News, I'm Mitch Sock.